is Kiwi Whispers. This video is, I suppose, a response to a challenge that I put forth on Facebook, where I asked anyone to have a go at the Kiwi accent, and I got a couple of replies from two whisperers. Aurora Whispers from the UK and Whispering Canadian from where is he from? Oh, Canada, that's right. So anyway, I'm starting with the British accent. I don't know if you can actually tell that I'm doing it right now. It could be completely bad, and to be honest, I'm not sure that it sounds terribly different from my Kiwi accent. I'm guessing that any Americans listening will probably think, wow, it just sounds exactly the same. But no, there's definitely a lot of difference between the British accent and the Kiwi accent. Now I know there's many different accents in the UK, so I have no idea which one I'm actually doing. It's probably a mixture of several, and you're probably thinking I'm doing a really bad job at it anyway. I'm sort of thinking of English people that I do know, and just trying to, I guess, copy the way they speak and sound out their vowels, and I suppose different words that they use that I wouldn't normally use either. I mean, this may sound daft, but I can't think of anything to say after using the word daft. I just hope no lorries go past tonight. Usually when I'm making a video, there are so many lorries travelling past on the M1. No, I don't live on the M1, but I don't know the alternative word for the main road. Anyway, that's not important. I suppose if you're from the UK, you're probably thinking this sounds nothing like British, but you know, oops, I had to have a go at it, so this is my attempt. So if you think it's awful, then just be kind, I guess. Or if it does sound something similar, then let me know where the accent sort of comes from. If it sort of sounds familiar to any certain area or anything. So yeah, Aurora Whispers did a very good attempt at doing the Kiwi accent. She actually reminded me of one of the other Kiwi whisperers in the community, and yes, I had to just imagine, oh, there goes a lorry past the house. Sorry about that. Yeah, I just had to imagine that she wasn't actually British and sort of focus on her voice. And I must say she did a brilliant job. like a small hint of a British coming through, and there's a little bit of mix of Australian, but it wasn't too bad. So well done, Aurora. Thank you for taking up the challenge. And well, this is my go at the British accent. I hope it's okay. I'm just realizing now as I'm talking that I think the pitch of my voice is higher than normal, which is a bit weird. I don't know why it would go higher than what I'm guessing my normal voice is. Maybe British lads develop later or something, so I don't know. That's probably offensive, sorry. But I was really impressed with Aurora because she did a video, it was about 27 minutes or something, which was amazing. You know, I was only expecting a few minutes or something like that. So, yeah, really well done. And she stated all these facts about New Zealand, and yeah, I was really impressed with what she had to say, and I even learned some things that I hadn't even heard. So thanks for that, Aurora. Now I suppose it's time to switch to the Canadian accent. In reply to Whispering Canadian. So I'm going to give that a go now, and we'll see how that goes. Hey everybody. So this is my attempt at the Canadian accent. And I gotta say, this is quite hard. I don't know too many Canadians, so I'm gonna try copy the way Whispering Canadian talks. Yeah, I really gotta think hard about what I'm saying and how I'm saying it. And I'm sure there's Canadians listening that really don't agree with how I'm talking. They might be thinking I'm sounding American or just not Canadian at all. And I apologize. Sorry. I'm trying to think of a sentence with the word A in it, but I guess I'll just have to say A on its own. Wow, this is hard. But I gotta say, Whispering Canadian did a really good job at his Kiwi accent attempt. I imagine it would be really hard for anyone from North America or Canada to attempt the accent, because it's quite difficult, I think. But yeah, same thing that Aurora Whispers and Whispering Canadian did, and I'm going to read some facts about each of the countries, the UK and Canada. So I'll start with Canada, and then I'll do the British facts. Okay, here's some interesting facts about Canada. The border between Canada and the United States is officially known as the international boundary at 5,525 miles, including 1,538 miles between Canada and Alaska, is the world's longest border between two nations. At 3,855,103 square miles, Canada is the second largest country in the world, behind Russia. The population density is 8.6 people per square mile, making Canada the ninth most sparsely populated nation in the world. The average life expectancy at birth for a Canadian is 81.16 years, the eighth highest in the world. The United States ranks 46 at 78.14 years. Newfoundland was the first part of Canada to be explored by Europeans. Ironically, it was the last area to become a province in 1949. According to the 2001 census, 42.6% of Canadians are Roman Catholic, 23.3% are Protestant, and 16% claim to have no religion. Canada became a country in July 1, 1867, when the British North American Act was passed by the British Parliament. The Mounted Police, also known as Mounties, were formed in 1873 with 9 officers. In 1920, the Mounted Police merged with the Dominion Police to become the famous Royal Canadian Mounted Police, an organization that now has more than 28,000 members. Ice hockey is Canada's official national game. The modern game of ice hockey was developed in Canada based on games that have been played since the 10th century. The rules were first published in the Montreal Gazette in 1877. Canada has the longest coastline of any country in the world at 151,600 miles. The region of England, currently Queen Elizabeth II, is the Canadian head of state. Same with New Zealand. Canada is known as the home of large animals like the moose and grizzly bear, but it is also home to about 55,000 species of insects and about 11,000 species of mites and spiders. Canada contains 9% of the world's renewable water supply. The official languages of Canada are English and French. Throughout Canada's history up to the current time, there have been conflicts between English and French-speaking Canadians. Okay, I'm going to swap back to the British accent and do some facts, because I really feel like I'm not doing a very good job of the Canadian accent. I'm sorry. So, I hope I didn't offend Some facts about England. England is 74 times smaller than the USA, 59 times smaller than Australia, and 3 times smaller than Japan. England is, however, 2.5 times more populous than Australia, and 1.5 times more populous than California. With 2.5 times less inhabitants than Japan, its density of population is slightly higher than the country of the rising sun. The highest temperature ever recorded in England was 38.5 degrees Celsius. That's 101.3 degrees Fahrenheit. And that was in Brogodale, Kent, on 10th August 2003. English people consume more tea per capita than anybody else in the world, 2.5 times more than the Japanese, and 22 times more than the Americans or the French. I'm really not surprised by that fact. All the English people I know drink so much tea. They must be visiting the loo quite a lot during the day. London used to be the largest and most influential city in the world. With a population of 12 million, it remains the largest city in Europe. French was the official language of England for about 300 years, from 1066 to 1362. I can speak a bit of French. Où se trouvent les toilettes? Parlez-vous français? Appelez la police. Yeah, that's about the depth of my French. Okay, more facts. The English class system is not determined by money, but by one's background, i.e. family, education, manners, way of speaking. Oxford University once had rules that specifically forbade students from bringing bows and arrows to class. British police do not carry guns except in emergencies. I like that because that same rule is here in New Zealand. Police do not carry guns, only in emergencies as well. The world's largest second-hand book market can be found on Hay-on Wye, a small village at the border of England and Wales. The village is also famous for proclaiming itself independent from the UK in 1977. The national anthem of the United States, the Star-Spangled Banner, was composed by an Englishman, John Stafford Smith, from Gloucester. Windsor Castle is the oldest and largest royal residence in the world still in use. The world's oldest public zoo opened in London in 1828. London Heathrow Airport is the world's busiest airport by international passenger traffic and the third for total traffic. London is the world's largest financial centre. Inner London has the highest GDP per capita, €88,761 of any European city. Alright everyone, so I'll wrap it up in here now. I hope this was okay as a response to the British accent and the Canadian accent. I just tried to swap say goodnight.